UFC Serbia just happened, and it broke the record for the most amount of knockouts and finishes in UFC Fight Night history. No, I was wondering, like, why is this? Like, what's so special about this card? And I realized, oh wait, yeah, it's in Serbia. They're all trying to pay off their debts to the mob. They're literally fighting for their lives. Hello, welcome back to the AMJ YouTube channel. Um, UFC Fight Night just happened yesterday. I love the banging card, super banging card actually. A lot of KOs, a lot of knockdowns, a lot of fun. Except for one, but I'll get to that later. Um, but I won't waste too much of your time. Okay, so if you want to see more breakdowns like this, every week, hit the subscribe button, comments, like, whatever. All right, but first up, we have Earl's Medic winning by 30-second knockout versus Daniel Rodriguez. And it was a pretty impressive one. Man, just Earl's Medic's power, bro. People are sleeping on Medic, okay? And I kind of get why, I'll be honest. Okay, so first of all, this is the fourth first round knockout that Medic just had. That's right. In 4 fights, he's not seen the second round. But I get why people have been sleeping on him. He went 3-4 in his first 7 fights. Not the most impressive, you know. But now that he kind of has some hype behind him, I think that he might get like a top ranked matchup or someone maybe in top 5 even. Um, and I really want to see how he goes, okay? Because he's not the oldest, neither the youngest. You know, I think he's around 33, something like that. But I really hope to see him in the future. You know, just be a top contender at least. You know, calling out Carter Pratas, you know, you gotta have some balls, and I think that's what you need to be a top contender. Um, but on the other side, I kind of feel bad for Daniel Rodriguez. You know, his whole thing was like, oh, I have to work ethic to keep on working inside the gym. You know, but then he pulls out the Desmond Ross numbers, bro. The I was told I didn't have to carry a firearm. I still feel bad for him, man. The thing is that even though I knew the matches would, I was kind of thinking back in my head when I was watching it, I was like, man, like even like it'll make a great story, you know. It'll be a great story, you know. I went to jail, I came out, got a main event fight, and won. You know, that'd be amazing. And like I feel like I overestimated Rodriguez. So, you know, I said that he was out of shape. I thought it would go to the second round, but it didn't. You know, but all props to Medic. I hope he makes it far. I hope he gives us more fun fights, more knockouts. Um, but next we have Jan Blachowicz versus Navajo Sterling, where Sterling got the knockout 2 minutes 56 seconds into the fight. Very very sad, you know. I don't like seeing Jan like this, you know, because I really like Jan, you know. I thought he was kind of underrated for his entire career, but recently I feel like his holes have shown, you know. The thing is that Father Time is undefeated, you know, and that's not to discredit Navajo Sterling at all. You know, Jan's still like a tough fighter, you know. Um, but it's just that he's 43 now. Okay, Navajo is like 28. I'm pretty sure he's literally like almost like what is that, like 15 years older? That's not 15, but I can't do math right now. I don't know what I'm talking about. And well, I have to give more props to Navajo Sunday for taking this at 2 weeks short notice after Guskov took the other fight. Um, but yeah, Jan, yeah, I just feel bad for Jan because I think it's just over. You know, he's withered. He's literally withered. He, so out of anything, I think he just retired. You know, he had a great legacy. He had a great run. He took Alex Pereira, someone who people think is the go-to for his decision. I think that's all you need. You know, you made a great run, but it just overrun. You don't have it anymore. But next up, sadly, the terrorists have won. Saddam is still alive. Roddick got the unanimous decision over Marcin Tybura. I hate watch this fight. Okay, I cannot say how much, and I called it too. The rock kick that they would show Rocket's head kick. That happened 7 years ago. By the way, 7 years ago that head kick happened. They showed it in the pre-fight promos. Are you kidding me, bro? By the way, this is his first win in 5 years. Okay, and the commentary was just hyping him up, bro. Literally, and over who? Marcin Tybura? Okay, I won't describe Tybura that much, but he's a fat Polish man. He went in, okay. I think Tybur's trade strategy was just go smother Rock Kick, but Rock Kick just wouldn't let that happen. He had I won't discredit Rock Kick that much, but this was kind of a boring fight, Bec- because Rock Kick, I don't know if he had like pedal hands. I don't know if he like forgot to put cement in there. No, I'm kidding. But I'm saying that Rock Kick could not like counter punch, could not do a check hook on Tybura, the biggest man alive, and just got the enhanced position. It was 30-27. It's not like it was like split decision or something like that. But this is like the thing though, one out of two decisions, and it was a more boring one. Sudan's still alive. I hate to see it. But next up, we got Disco Torovic versus Robert Valentine, where Robert Valentine got the submission in the first round. And I said that he was submitted. Exactly right. Um, Torovic also put out the Desmond Ross numbers. I was told they had the carry gun. But Robert Valentine just dominated the whole fight. He got takedown, first takedown. Torvik tried to fight back, but I think he was just once again for the wrestling. Um, and it took a while for Valentine to get the submission. It was like the end of the round. I don't give props to Torvik. He made it competitive in the grappling, but Robert Valentine just got it, sunk it in. Not much to say about this fight. Again, this is first round submission. Like we're like 4 fights in, and it's like the third first round finish. This is what happened in this card. But won't waste more time then. Next one, another first round submission or first round finish TKO by Gilbert Urbina. Now I have to issue a public apology for Gilbert Urbina. I was not familiar with your game, Urbina. I said you were a can. I said that you didn't have any finishing power. I'll give you the power. Okay, I said that you had power. You did knock down Medic, but I didn't say you have finishing power. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't familiar with the game. And when you look at the striking, just like, oh my god. Okay, first of all, Kepo, I think he had to have lots of chromosome along the way in his last 3 fights. Okay, because this is what I saw. Okay, you ever remember those kids back at elementary school? Those people who say they saw red, who always got the angry at the teachers, who would like throw their desk at the teachers, like they would like look at you like dead in the face and then throw a chair at the teacher. That's how Kepo fought this fight. Okay, just running at Urbina. Okay, they're running at Urbina, swinging, slugging everything until Urbina got the counter. Look at that sass, man. You're telling me you can run at someone for like what is it, a minute and not land more than 10 strikes? I could run at Urbina and do more. I can't. I'm lying. I'm not lying. But it is a public apology to Urbina. I love you. I low-key hope you go on a title run now because I doubted you. Wait, we got next one, which I'm actually proud of for predicting this. I knew that no one gonna know would be Milo, bro. Like I can't remember the last name. I have no idea how to say that. Anyways, I knew that this was happening. Okay, easiest call ever, rear naked choke in the first round, minute and a half almost in. There was mostly a grappling match. But Doncic could not take Gugno's striking. This wasn't really striking match, it was more grappling match. And I think they were just I don't know how they got tired in the first minute. But yeah, it just I think that Noah was just more technical, could had a better grappling game. I knew it. Milo, fake height job. Good job on being the first fighter from Montenegro. You suck. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't suck that much. I kind of hope he bounces back because that's probably to be the first one in the country. But no, God, no. I expect high first things from him. I told you. He win. Next fight though, little bit clean versus Tofik Musayev. Or Musayev got TKO in round 2. Actually, this is one of the first fights that got to round 2. But I don't know. I think that little bit clean is all of that. He had a good run. Fought, he lost to Butcher is on the top of the fight. He lost to was cousin Gamrot. But I feel like he's just dropping off. Musayev got pretty much dominated from first round to second round. had the cleaner striking, had more power behind his hand. Like he took his strikes. They had equal significant strikes, but most of these more to the head, more power behind them. He also got some takedowns. Pretty impressive fight. A pretty cool fight actually. My bad, Muthi. Not familiar with this game. And he also said some weird comment about age is just a number after the fight. Kind of worried about that. But moving on. We have Oban Elliott, the Welsh youngster, versus Michael Oliveira, where Oliveira sent Oban Elliott to another realm. Okay, okay. First of all, he knocked him down. He got two knockdowns this fight in less than 2 minutes. Okay, he knocked him down with a jab first. Okay, Oban recovered. All good, all handy. Boom, Michael Oliveira knocked him down again. Made him try to crawl away, bro. It was so like, okay, you like strip away the arena, you strip away like, or you just put the fight in a vacuum. It looks like Oban Eddie owed like a cartel some money, bro. It was bad, bro. R.I.P. Oban Eddie. I hope you go back to Welsh and change that name. You're no longer a gangster. Marco Oliveira, very high hopes for him. He has some power behind his head. Beginning of the fight, I did question his defensive capabilities for a while, but I forgot that Opan Eddie has pillow hands. No, I'm kidding. But the thing is that Oliveira, there is a question to be asked about his defense, but his power leaves no question to be asked. Okay, I think he'll make it far into the welterweight division. Which I'm glad, to be honest. The welterweight division, it's probably my favorite division right now. But anyways, we got next up. We got Nikolic, oh God, Nikolic versus Mark Vologdin. I can't say any of these people's names. Where Nikolic got the unanimous decision, and it was one of my favorite fights. Okay, it wasn't one of the knockdown one. It wasn't the one KO ones. Okay, Nikolic got. Well, I think he was overconfident coming in. Okay, he was definitely overconfident coming in, but then because in the first round he got knocked down, like in the first like few minutes, it was insane. It was just crazy to watch because like first off, Valentin looks like a seventh grader. Okay, he looks like a seventh grader, juiced up. Little bottom me. I'm surprised he doesn't go down. If he doesn't go down, I'll be surprised. I mean, um, and wait, but then after recovering, and also because Bogdan, I think, over and they try to chase the finish. Sorry, chase the finish. Only tired himself out where Nicolay could recover. Definitely won this second and third round to get the decision victory. And Nicolay's like striking is pretty fascinating. And like I just feel bad for Bogdan. It's just like what can you even do when you're 5'3"? Against it was a 6-inch height difference. Okay, Bogdan's power is not. I think first of all he's definitely juicing. Okay, look at him. Second of all, his power I think is like one of the bigger straws, but I don't think he'll be close. You get close distance between good fighters. I hope the best for him, but like I think that things will fall together. I think that he will um go forward in or go up in the division. Fun fight. But next up we got a pretty controversial, not controversial, but I'll talk about it, okay. Sub in the second round, okay, versus Dennis Bazooka and Bogdan Grad. And I called it. I called it again. Okay. I call everything, okay. I know it. Bogdan Grad threw a spinning heel kick, two spinning heel kicks in the first round. I knew it. And I also knew that he was a first round fighter, okay, because after the first round, he was tired as so tired. I don't know if the training in Turkey really helped. Obviously did training in Turkey. Look at his hair. Look at look up Bogdan Grad right now, and look at what's on the bottom of your screen right now. Those are not the same person. Okay, someone get the location of Bogdan Grad because that's not him. That's not him. But besides that, Ben Bazooka had his moments in the fight. They're pretty equal on the feet, but in the grappling game, Bogdan just got him down, tired him out. And whether he tapped or not, I don't think it will make that much of a difference. There were about 30 seconds left in the match. Bogdan's grip was pretty tight there. Even if he hadn't tapped there, I don't think he would have been able to get Grad off of him, or even won the fight. Because I think he would have won the third round either way if it had gone on. Um, but I actually kind of like Grad. I called him a first round fighter, but maybe the second round fighter now. I'm just saying that maybe he'll make a comeback. I really like his fighting style. Very very powerful, very like mixing in the flashy striking with good grappling game. And then Bazooka, I did just bringing bums now. He's not a bum, but what I'm saying is that they definitely brought him in. Most of the card is just um cans v cans. I don't want to discredit most of them, but still. Okay, next up we got this one's a banger too. Mateus Respecki versus Kyle Poplek, where Respecki got the first round finish via punches. And look at, oh my goodness, bro, what am I even supposed to say, bro? Look at the stats. Okay, there was a one-sided beatdown by Respecki, even though he showed Kyle some serious levels to this game. Okay, we just gave him the baddest beatdown, and I think it was because Mateus realized that the hairline was low-key holding him back. That he was not more as aerodynamic. He couldn't land his shots well, so he just shaded off. He was like, you know what? I should let it go. I should let it go. I shouldn't go the Bogdan Grad route. I should not train in Turkey. Let me just shave it off. And I think that helped him in this fight. 132 total strikes to 11. Okay, significant strikes were 75 to 2. That's crazy. Okay, Mateus really showed games or levels. I hope to give him another fight soon, because like I think that either way, even if Sprecky loses, that he'll give us like a standing war at least, and good takedowns. Because Sprecky is like a pretty well rounded. He knows how to mix in his power with his wrestling, making really fun fights, especially this one. But anyways, next we got Nina Milosevic versus All Hail Haley Cohen. I feel bad for Cohen, okay? Because I saw some pre-fight promo of her, of the video of hers being like, I saw GSP, I was so inspired by him, about doing gymnastics. And I feel like if she did MMA a bit earlier, she would have been a bit better. But it is what it is. Milosevic got the TKO pretty fast. Pretty brutal TKO, I will say, because so what happened was that Milosevic punched her like in like the sternum, folded her over, like Cohen was like on her knee or like holding her hands on her hands on knees, like head, shoulder, knees, and toes, type of shit, and Milo just started raining on her, and then just crumpled through like a paper with one more body shot. Very sad to see, but hey, Haley did have success on the feed, but she just got cut, I'm pretty sure, or retired. I forgot which one. Very sad to see her go. Kind of. She was fun to watch, at least. But I think Milo Seve, this is her debut. I think that she's a good addition to the bantamweight. She seems fun, very, very striking heavy. I'm pretty sure she has what is it? A black belt in Muay Thai. So that should be fun to see in the future. Anyways, next up we got Jovan, Lika versus Alexander Popek. Where Nika got the TKO in the first round again. Crazy. This kind of crazy. I'm going so fast in this video just because of how many first round finishes there are. Okay, I'm like, what am I? I'm like 19 minutes in. It just takes me like 20 minutes now. Right now, this is second to last fight. Okay, this is crazy. But anyways, where it is, Lika dropped Popek with a kick, with side kick, and I'm gonna give props to Popek for taking this fight, but I want to see Lika fight an actual heavyweight, because Popek was a natural light heavyweight at 205. He can weight in at 215. Lika, I'm pretty sure at 264 or something like that. So I really want to see Lika versus heavyweight and actual heavyweight. I think that Lika can rise. He looks athletic. He looks fast. He looks good for his size. With some big power behind him, obviously. dropping Popek with a kick is pretty impressive. And it's a body kick, for a matter of fact. Um, but we'll see where he goes. I hope they'll probably fast track Lika because like there's a bunch of new talents in heavyweight. Rock kick talent, and I can't say rock kick. Oh my god, what am I saying? I'm saying that they're probably gonna push Stevenson, Rock Kick, and Jovan no matter what, just because of how dense or not dense, how top heavy the heavyweight division is. They'll probably see Jovan fighting like a pretty top contender, not top contender, like a top 15 guy pretty soon. I can't wait. And Pope should just say a lightweight, a heavyweight. I mean, but anyways, the final fight. Yes, we are already at the final fight. This was an insane card. First round finishes all around. Is Mira Spasic versus Stephanie Luciano, where Luciano got the rear naked choke 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. After it was a pretty good equal fight on the feet. Spasic and Luciano were going back and forth. Oh wait, no, this is the girl with the black belt. I'm pretty sure, or the Muay Thai black belt. I'm all over the place. I cannot get my facts straight. Anyways, Luciano and Spasic were pretty equal on the feet actually. It was a fun fight. But then Safiana just got to the ground, sunk in that rear naked choke, and just yanked and finished her instantly. This was pretty much set the tone for the rest of the card, and not much to say about this, to be honest. First, Spasic made her with her debut, so I don't know. You don't want to bet on an underdog if it's their debut, by the way. But anyways, they both sound good. I hope they do better. Luciano looks fun. Still probably fast track her too because heavyweight division isn't not the heavyweight. The women's division isn't anything that good right now. But that's the end of the card. Crazy fight, crazy card. Maybe the Serbian mob had something to do with the getting fight finish. Or else thumbing it back, something would happen. But what I'm saying is that those card was really fun to watch. Watching with my friends was really fun too. Joking around. But overall, this was like I would say like an 8 out of 10 card. Not the most name value, not the most like exciting like in terms of title contention. But like, in terms of just fight in a vacuum, like if this fight just happened, then it's a really fun card. So, with that, subscribe, hype, comment, all that. Really appreciate it. If you like more breakdowns like this, follow me for more. Follow me on Instagram, AMJ, on TikTok, AMJ, it's all AMJ. And have a great evening.